UPM, a leading research university in Malaysia, is located in Sedang, next to Malaysia's administrative capital city, Putrajaya. As a world-renowned center of learning and research, UPM has attracted students and staff from all around the world, making it a well-respected global entity. Undeniably, for international students, studying in Malaysia is one big adventure. The attraction does not lie in only the pursuit of UPM's academic excellence, but also in opportunity to experience a whole new environment. Observing cultural differences, enjoying Malaysian food, benefit from reasonable cost of living and taking in the incredibly exciting sights, sounds and beauty of a nation blessed by geography and nature.
Questions. Firstly, why do you choose UPM?
Uh, for me, I'm from Faculty of Agriculture, and agriculture, if you talk of agriculture in Malaysia, not even in Malaysia, in the whole of the tropics, UPM or in the world is the new world leader in tropical agriculture. So because of its ranking and its position, as we all know, it used to be the former University of Agriculture. So that influenced my decision to study here.
How about Malaysia? Why exactly you came to Malaysia?
Malaysia in general, to be candid, it was recommended by a friend to me to come here, and there are some, to be sincere, I feel I'm a Muslim, and the deen or the faith has influenced my decision to come here.
So, do you find any difficulties in UPM?
Yeah, difficulties, I found difficulty because UPM is very close to the capital, the administrative capital, Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya. So as a student in UPM, more especially the international student or the foreign student, you must face some difficulties, more especially in terms of accommodation, uh, problems with the standard of living is much more higher as compared to other students living maybe in other states, maybe Penang, Johor. If you compare with us, our standard of living is not the same. So, and we have been treated the same. So, well, with the high cost of living, these are some of the experiences we had. But on a general note, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Hello. I want to ask you some questions. Can we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. First question. Why do you choose Malaysia?
Well, there are so many reasons made me to choose Malaysia, and secondly, you can. I've been here. I did my MSc here, and after 5 years, I have more reason to come back for my PhD here. Simply one, my relationship with my supervisor has been fantastic. He has really assisted me in supervising my work. Always always available to attend to my needs and listen to my academic problems. He promptly responds to my submission and my request for audience. And the environment, the weather is friendly, and the people are hospitable.
One more questions. What are the difficulties that you have faced in UPM?
Well, there are so many things as an international student, more especially when you come from developing countries, where the per capita income in those countries is generally low, and the exchange rate vis-a-vis Malaysian ringgit is low. So you find it a bit costly to school here. And I find the food sometimes to be too spicy. So I find it difficult to actually acclimatize with their food, and the time difference. Actually, there's about 9 hours difference, so I find it hard to sleep at night and then only sleepy in the morning. Sometimes they are a bit too shy to attend to, especially fellow students. They are too shy to interact with international students.
So do you think how can we improve these difficulties? For example, the Chinese, because they are shy, local people.
Well, actually, I think it has to do with perception. Some believe international students, but I don't know the perception they have towards international students. I think the best thing to do in this regard is to actually improve their perception, or at least be open-minded. You must be willing to interact with people, and it is only by so doing you have a better way to assess people. But just because someone tell you some people are good or some people are not good, or on the basis of color or whatever, I think it's wrong to base your opinion based on that. I think people should have open minds, and perception towards people should be a bit liberal.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Okay, thank you. Sorry for interrupt. We want to ask you about UPM, but first, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Zahra. I'm doing my PhD in English, Faculty of Mother. And any questions?
Okay, so first the questions, why do you choose Malaysia?
Well, actually, I chose Malaysia because it was the most feasible, let's say. It was a feasible country for me because I'm from Iran, and so the preceding acceptance flying was somehow accessible,
Okay.
convenient.
And UPM?
And I chose UPM because it was in Kuala Lumpur. First of all, because it's state university and it's in Kuala Lumpur, so I regarded it more higher than USM or
So,
some universities in other cities.
okay, so what are the
But it's state university, first of all.
good.
Yeah.
So what are the difficulties that you have faced in UPM?
Well, actually, regarding difficulties, I think students' housing or boarding facilities. You see, I spent 7 years in Iran in hostel. We had no food, no boarding problems, but honestly, I stayed 1 month in hostel, and I think for international students, it's not. It does not match international students. It's mostly directed toward natives. Conditions and even food we have to buy.
So do you
But
have
anyways, not food. Excluding food because food is cheap, but mostly boarding conditions in hostels.
do you think it can be improved, or
It can be. I think yes. They need to cope with the demands of foreign students, international students. Yes.
okay, thank you very much.
So have advantages. You didn't ask advantages. Did I talk about
no,
advantages?
okay.
More as a foreign student, one of the other problems related to the first one. I said, yeah, we have to live out campus, and some students can't afford. You see, so it's much better if they can have safe, more affordable, and even it's expensive hostel. What about advantages? Human dignity. You see the authorities here, they behave us. I think it's it's quite humane behavior, and facilities. library. Appreciate the library because we don't have to go to a receptionist to order any books, so we can walk through shelves and choose our favorite books. It's privilege.
Okay.
Okay, all the best.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Can we do interview with you?
Yeah, sure.
Can you tell us why you choose Malaysia and why you choose UPM?
Malaysia is the actually innovative country, and I have chosen it because I have graduated my bachelor degree from here, and currently, for time being, I'm doing my master degree actually. So to further my master, it's easy to find the tangible things which is related to my study, my background for bachelor actually. Yes, and as well as we have as a Yemeni students, we have special facilities here, and the most important that we can get over later from any university.
So do you have any difficulties you face in UPM?
The things that I face it in my bachelor degree actually, that some of the lecturer during my study was taking in Bahasa Melayu, so in their language. But this we can exceed it because the language is not that difficult, and anyone can learn it. Yeah.
What do you want to say for them what do you want to improve or solution not to speak Malay in the lecture?
Actually, the problem is not from the lecturer. The problem came from the student that they cannot understand well the English. So to improve them, they have to give them some courses before they enter the university, so they can understand the full standard of the university in Malaysia.
All right, thank you so much for your time. Okay.